Hi, in this video we're going to talk about different data types in MATLAB environment. So as you can see from here, the %C, %S, these are the specifiers that defines the types of data that MATLAB anticipates as we define it. So previously we've discussed fprintf function and how it can take these specifiers to output different sentences or different variables. Now we will discuss what is the data type and how can we define different data types and specifiers in MATLAB. So let's open MATLAB and do the programs one by one, and let's test the data types. So I have already opened a new script from here and then saved it and typed the CSN clear all. Now if I just define, let's say, a variable named temperature, let's say the value is 70, okay, and let's define another variable which contains a text. Let's say text equals to, let's say, quote, and we say sunny. Okay, all right. Now we want to output this line using fprintf. This says the weather is sunny, or whatever the variable text has. So in this we will use the specifier here. So in this case, as this has multiple characters and it's a string, it's called a string, so that will be %s. So we can use %s to signify this variable, and then the temperature is, and then the temperature is, there should be the value of the temperature. So now this should go here. So we can, as you can see, 70 is an integer. So if we see from the list, we can see the decimal number can be defined as %d. So this is an integer number. We can do %d, and we can do an end the quote, comma. Now, as we have two specifiers, we need to define two variables. So the first one goes first. So this one, %s, requires the text variable, so write text, comma. The second one, %d, requires a numerical variable, which is this temperature. So just write the temperature here. Then if I close it, and if I run it, and you can see this output shows the weather is sunny and the temperature is 70. Now, as you can see, the end of line is here. So we can change that by utilizing the escape characters. So here from the list, we can see we can use /n /t for tab. So let's just use, say, /n. So now this cursor will go to the next line. If I just run it again, and you can see the cursor went to the next line. Now we can change these specifiers to see how this thing changes with the variables. So instead of having a %d, if we define the here, from here we can see the %d has %f, %e, and %E. So %f is a floating point number. So in case we have a decimal place and floating number, we have to use %f. So instead of %d, if we use %f and run it again, instead of having a 70, it went to have 70.0000. So it's expecting some number with decimal places. Okay, and then we can change this from %d to %f. Now we can change it to %e to see how the scientific notation works. The other thing I need to mention here is that to control the precision, we can always use how many decimal places we want. Here, if we want, say, 1 decimal places, we can say just say 0.1, and if we run it, then it went to 1 decimal places. If I just type it 3, it should go up to 3 decimal places, and so on. Now, instead of using %f, if we use %e, small e, this number should go to a scientific notation. And as you can see, it went to 7e to the 1. And if we use a capital E, then that should also change this one to big E, and so on. Now, instead of using a %s, we can always use another specifier that says %c, but the %c is basically for a character. Now, as there are multiple characters here, this is assumed to be as a string. If it has a single character, we can always use %c here to define that character. And if we just run it, and now it outputs that character. So that is how we can use different specifiers and data types in MATLAB environment so that we can output whatever we want and control the specifiers. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.